Lead a warband of 5 units against another player in War Patrol. Each player will choose 5 combatants from over 50 choices. Then you'll pit these units against each other as you choose how to place them in the line position from top to bottom. The object of the game is to eliminate the opposing squad. When placed, we reveal all the units. Certain race traits will have an effect when the units are revealed, so do pay attention to those. Feel free to pause the video and take an in-depth look at those as listed here, which include switching positions to squad restrictions. Realm effects are also listed above here, which gives that unit certain benefits. Now, besides race and realm affiliation, let's take a look at what else can be found on a unit card before we talk about gameplay. Now, each warrior will have a unique ability listed here. Now, what all units have as stats is health, extra health through effects if applicable, stunned conditioned, focused, strength bonuses, weaknesses, and bleed. We'll talk about all these later on. Now on to gameplay. Once the lineup is revealed and any race effects have taken place, we compare the first unit's health total. The lowest goes first. You'll place the turn marker on the active unit to remember, as well as the target arrows next to each starting unit. And before we begin, you'll do the effects of round 0 if your units have that ability. When those are done, we move on to round 1. On an active unit's turn, they can do a standard attack, use their warrior's ability if they have one, or use their realm ability if applicable. Remember to mark off either box if used. A standard attack is performed by rolling a d10 and adding any strength bonuses or removing weakness penalties from the total rolled. Now, damage is split between the enemy squad, 1 point at a time and beginning with the opposing unit that has the target arrow next to them. You'll count damage 1 at a time and move the target arrow 1 space down each time and looping around to continue damage allocation. Loss of health, conditions, and ability should all be marked. Please note that some units have defensive passive abilities that trigger when certain effects occur, like the Elementalist, for example. Once the action is done, we move the target arrow on the opponent unit 1 step down to the next unit and place the turn marker on the opposing unit, which will make them take their turn. Now let's take a look at the conditions. A stunned unit cannot act on their turn. You'll erase the stunned when it's on its active turn and mark the focus box instead. Now this unit cannot be stunned or have any out of combat effects until he has acted on his next turn, when the focus box will be erased. Stunned units still receive damage, but out of combat units do not. Some abilities have keywords like defensive or persistent abilities. Defensive abilities naturally trigger on an opponent's turn if applicable. Persistent abilities remain until the end of the game, even if the unit died. Death occurs when a unit's last point of health is crossed off. At this point, you'll flip over their card and forfeit their turn when the turn marker goes on them. This may effectively have a player take 2 consecutive turns. Furthermore, skip their damage assignment as it'll move on to the next surviving units. When the turn marker comes back to the first unit's position, declare if you want to use any abilities that occur at the beginning of the round. Continue playing until one War Patrol is completely defeated to win. Now, the point of the game is to kill all opposing units of the War Patrol, and it seems simple enough. However, all the units have different abilities that we just can't all explain in this video. These include rerolls, position change, buffs, defensive and persistent abilities, when to use limited abilities, and so on and so forth. I mean, as simple as the game is in theory, there's a lot of tactical choices, especially in how to create your War Patrol. I would even suggest to make a draft out of it. It's a small little game that you can carry anywhere, and if War Patrol seems like it's something for you, well, check out their Kickstarter, and remember, if you like it, back it. Enjoyed our review? Like the video and subscribe. You can also find us on social media like Facebook and Instagram. Thanks for watching. Until next time.